Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. I have a very different video than I normally have. I have the top 3 reasons I think everyone over 40, 50, 60 years old should have a YouTube channel. And hang out till the end because the number one reason is something I never hear anybody mention. And I've done a lot of looking around on YouTube because, that's what I do. The number 3 reason, we're going to jump right in here. The number 3 reason is somebody out there somewhere is looking for the knowledge that you have, and you can share it with them through video so easily. I record on my phone, throw it in my laptop, run a quick edit on it just to throw maybe a thumbnail in there and an end screen in there, and that's it. I don't do a lot of editing, so you don't have to have knowledge of like, oh well, how am I going to edit, how am I going to do this, how am I going to do that. And you don't have to have a lot of expensive equipment. I have a desk lamp set up that's pointed at me. Sometimes I use sunlight, but it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, so it's not sunny out right now. But somebody out there somewhere is looking for the knowledge that you have. Now, I started this channel because of the business I started for my artwork. And that's what this channel focuses on. But just this morning, I had this thing. I was like, I just got to make this video. And sometimes that happens to you. You just got to make this video. And so that's the number 3 reason, is somebody's looking for your knowledge. Now, reason number 2 is that it's a great outlet. It makes you become creative. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I'm always telling you to get the chaos out, to get that creativity out there. But when you start thinking about, what am I going to talk about today? It triggers something in your brain that you probably haven't used in 20, 30, 40 years. And it opens up this whole new world of creativity to you. And whether you're sharing stuff about finances or gardening or, cooking or baking bread or artwork like I do, it just triggers this thing in you. And once you start talking to the camera and getting comfortable, I just talk like I'm talking to my buddy across the room while we're sharing a beer. I mean, it's so easy to do. And there's something about becoming creative again that brings you kind of back into that childhood thing. Like I've had 6 kids. Kids are the most creative thinkers in the world. And through the process of society and, getting jobs and working and doing this and doing that, and everything that you do to get to the point in your life where you're 40, 50, 60 years old, stifles that creativity for the most part. Now, some people have very creative jobs, very creative careers, and I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people that are actuaries and, finance guys and corporate world people and maybe even your everyday pizza delivery driver. Because you're just in this hamster wheel of life, and it doesn't allow for this greatness of creativity to be triggered in your mind. And when you start recording videos and you start thinking about, well, what do I want to talk about? That creativity starts to spool up in your mind, and you end up literally becoming more creative in life. So that's the number 2 reason. And the number 1 reason that I have heard no one talk about is to leave a legacy of knowledge for your children and your grandchildren. And you say, well, what do you mean by that? Well, when you upload videos on YouTube, you have 3 choices. You can publicly share the video, you can leave it unlisted, or you can make it private. And when you make it private, only people that have that link can ever possibly see that video. So the thought occurred to me a few weeks back that I never knew my grandfather, my mom's dad, because he died 3 years before I was born. I never knew him. I got to see him a couple times in pictures, and we had some old, I may be dating myself, but 16 millimeter, 8 millimeter home movies, but they didn't even have sound. So I could see him, and maybe he would walk around and do something on the screen, but that was it. Like, I never got the ability to talk to him, to get knowledge from him, to see what his view of the world was. And that led me to another thought. Now, I have 6 kids, and my kids got to know my dad, but my dad passed away. God, it's got to be like 18 years ago. Maybe 19 years ago now. So those memories have faded. And while my mother's still alive, so my mother knows my grandchildren, her great-grandchildren, and has gotten to meet them and talk with them and things like that. Eventually, when she passes away, the kids will obviously remember her pretty good, because they're mostly all adults now. But the grandchildren, her great-grandchildren, will not know her. Not, later in life. So what I've done is I have started recording videos that are kept private on my YouTube channel, and they are meant to be life lessons for my kids, my grandkids, and maybe even one day my great-grandchildren, or maybe my great-great-grandchildren. And what I do is I make sure that my kids, my children, have the ability to get into my account on YouTube to view these private videos without having to store links for years and years and years and years and years. So instead of making home movies, I'm letting my grandchildren and possibly my great-grandchildren, my great-great-grandchildren, know me and know who I am and what I stand for and my thoughts and views on the world today. And that is the reason everyone should have a YouTube channel. And it's not monetization. It's not all these other things. It's what you can leave about yourself to your kids and your grandkids. And I have never heard anyone talk about that on any of the videos I've seen. There's tons of people out there doing, oh, everybody should have a YouTube channel if you're over 40 and all these other things. And it's a very hot topic right now on YouTube. And I'm not doing this because I think it's a hot topic. I'm doing it because I think this is the absolute reason that even if you're not interested in monetization, you don't have a business to support, you don't have any of these other dreams or aspirations, you're not a world traveler, so you're not doing travel channels, you're not doing videos of while you travel, you can set up a YouTube account and make videos so that your grandchildren and great-grandchildren will know who you are and what you stood for, and be able to get that knowledge that maybe they didn't get the opportunity to get from their grandparents. Like me, with a grandfather who passed away before I was born. And like my kids who knew my dad, they knew their grandpa, but he passed away. Actually, no, because my youngest son is 16 and my dad passed away before he was born. So my youngest son is in that position where he never got to know my dad. And my dad was a great, great guy. Not necessarily a great man in respect to all of the world, but to me, he was a great guy. And that's what's important. And my youngest son has never known him. But if he had left videos, and you can leave videos on everything. You can just talk to the camera like you're talking to your grandkids. These aren't for anyone else. So even if you don't do anything else with YouTube, get on YouTube, record on your phone, talk to your grandkids, and upload it as private, and then just make sure you add your children as people that can, I forget how it's quoted, but it's like an administrator on the channel. And then they can go in and they can view all those private videos. And you can even leave personal messages for them if you want to. And I believe if you leave it unlisted and then give them the link, no, they would still be able to see it in the channel. Never mind. Anyways, you can do that kind of stuff. And that is a reason to do YouTube. Talk to your grandchildren that may never know you. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know this is not what I normally do. So, subscribe, like, comment down below if you liked this. I don't have any kind of a plan to bring more of this stuff to the channel. My stuff is about my artwork. And supporting the business of selling, the images like you see behind me. Oh, got a new one over there. That's Fallen Angel. That's my latest. I am working on one this weekend, so there will be another one coming out soon to Etsy and to the website. And that's it. That will be number 6. So the clock will be ticking. I will not debut another image until I have 6 of them ready to go. And then the 6 that are on the website and on Etsy will disappear into the vault, and the new 6 will be posted. So if you see an image you like, grab it, because it is not going to be up forever. And if you want one of my images, I will recommend, they are pricier, but the premium prints are going to last a lot longer than the posters. They're printed on 100% cotton museum quality paper. You go out and you get your own frame for it, and it will last a long time. The inks are UV resistant and all that stuff. They're amazing and well worth the extra money compared to the posters. The posters are great too. So if you're on a budget, grab a poster. I would recommend putting it in a frame just to preserve as much as you can of the integrity of the paper and stuff like that. As you can see, I don't have frames for these things yet. I got to get out and get some frames for all of my stuff because I have 3 that are not up yet that I just got. But do yourself a favor, and if you see something and you like it, grab it. And do yourself another favor. Get your phone out and talk to your grandkids. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And remember to get the chaos out. Become creative, because it's the best thing you can do for your brain and your life. It's going to change your life.